What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to JellyGoonTV. Welcome back to you beautiful people on YouTube. Today we have another comment request from Dark Shield. And he says, History of Russia Part 1, please. I do like when they say please. So let's react to this, man. Let's see what it's all about. I do love Russia and I do love the history. And, you know, I love culture. So why not? Let's just get into this one and see what it's all about, man. What is Russia all about? Let's go. Epic History TV. The history of Russia. Nice. Let's see. What got Russia to tell us?
For thousands of years, the lands known today as Russia and Ukraine were inhabited by nomadic tribes and mysterious Bronze Age cultures. The only record they left were their graves.
What?
In the great open grasslands of the south, the steppe, they buried their chieftains beneath huge mounds called
big human beings. I'm just kidding.
The ancient Greek historian Herodotus called these people Scythians.
The Scythians.
Their lands were overrun by the same nomadic warriors who brought down the Roman Empire.
I heard the Huns before, the Avars.
The land was then settled by Slavs. They shared some language and culture, but were divided into many different tribes.
Oh, wow.
Vikings from Scandinavia, known in the east as Varangians,
that's my people, I'm sorry.
Russia's long rivers on daring raids and trading expeditions.
Vikings really been everywhere.
According to legend, the East Slavs asked a Varangian chief named Rurik to be their prince and unite the tribes. He accepted and made his capital at Novgorod. His dynasty, the Rurikids, would rule Russia for 700 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
His people called themselves the Rus.
The Rus.
And gave their name to the land.
Why is that not anymore? The Rus.
Rurik's successor, Oleg, captured Kiev, making it the capital of a new state, Kievan Rus. A century later, seeking closer ties with the Byzantine Empire to the south, Vladimir the Great adopted their religion and converted to Orthodox Christianity.
Nice.
He is still venerated today as the man who brought Christianity to Ukraine and Russia. Yaroslav the Wise codified laws and conquered new lands. His reign marked the golden age of Kievan Rus.
Rus, I like that.
It was amongst the most sophisticated and powerful states in
Confederation.
Europe. But after Yaroslav's death, his sons fought amongst themselves.
Of course they did. Family.
Kievan Rus disintegrated into a patchwork of feuding princedoms. Just as a deadly new threat emerged from the east. The Mongols under Genghis Khan had overrun much of Asia. Now they launched a great raid across the Caucasus Mountains and defeated the Kievan princes at the Battle of the Kalka River. But then withdrew.
What? Why?
14 years later, the Mongols returned.
Oh, shit.
A gigantic army led by Batu Khan overran the land. Cities that resisted were burned.
But Novgorod is still there. That's crazy.
The city of Novgorod was spared because it submitted to the Mongols.
Oh.
Its prince, Alexander Nevsky, then saved the city again, defeating the Teutonic Knights at the Battle of the Ice, fought above a frozen lake. He remains one of Russia's most revered heroes.
Nice. Respect to him.
The Mongols ruled the land
the Golden Horde.
Their new empire was called the Golden Horde, ruled by
that's a hard name, man.
Capital at Sarai.
That's a hard name.
The Rus princes were his vassals. They were forced to pay
vassals.
tribute
Okay, that's a little
and
bit.
suffer devastating reprisal raids. They called their oppressors Tatars.
Tatars.
They lived under the Tatar yoke.
The Tatar yoke. That sounds disgusting somehow.
Son, Daniel,
sounds like some beer that isn't. I don't know.
Principality of Moscow.
Oh shit!
Grew in power. Under
wow.
the Great Uzbek.
Let me just pause here. So Moscow is from 1283 AD. What? The name is from. Wow. That must be. Shit, that's crazy, man. I didn't actually know that. That's a good video. Good video. I'm gonna keep going.
Khan, the Tatars converted to Islam.
Oh.
A rising power, the Grand Duchy of Lithuania defeated the Tatars at the Battle of Blue Waters and conquered.
Who you with? I'm with the Tatars.
18 years
really
later,
intimidating, but
Dmitry Donskoy, Grand Prince of Moscow, also defeated the Tatars at the Great Battle of Kulikova Field.
Kulikova Field. Nice. So he actually pulled them back. That's good.
After years of infighting, the Golden Horde now began to disintegrate into rival khanates.
Of course.
Constantinople, capital and last outpost of the once great Byzantine Empire, fell to the Turkish Ottoman Empire.
Oh shit.
Some hailed Moscow as the Third Rome, the seat of Orthodox Christian faith.
Wow.
Now Rome and Constantinople had fallen.
Moscow,
Meanwhile,
okay.
The Grand Princes of Moscow continued to expand their power, annexing Novgorod and forging the first Russian
but Novgorod
state.
Is gone, right?
At the Ugra River, Ivan III of Moscow faced down the Tatar army and forced it to retreat.
Wow.
Russia had finally cast off the Tatar yoke.
Nice.
Under
good job.
Prince Vasily III, Moscow continued to grow in size and power.
Nice.
His son, Ivan IV, was crowned the first Tsar of Russia.
The Terrible.
He would be remembered as Ivan the Terrible.
That's a horrible name, man.
Tatar lands in Kazan and Astrakhan.
Oh shit.
But was
now the Russians
in
are
the
coming, man.
War by Sweden and the Polish-Lithuanian
Sweden, what are you doing? Stop.
Ivan's modernizing reforms gave way to a reign of terror and mass executions, fueled by his violent paranoia.
What?
Russia was still vulnerable.
Well, that time you should have
Raiders from the
paranoia,
Crimean
man.
Khanate were able
Everybody's
to
out to
burn
get you.
Moscow itself.
Oh shit.
But the next year, Russian forces routed the Tatars at Molody, just south of the city.
Wow.
Cossacks now lived on the open steppe, a lawless region between three warring states. They were skilled horsemen who lived freely and were often recruited by Russia and Poland to fight as mercenaries. Ivan the Terrible's own son, the Tsarevich, fell victim to one of his father's violent rages.
Let me just pause it here. When you are a mercenary, it doesn't really mean like sometimes it's bad because you have no country to plead. You know what I mean? Like you have no side. And in a political climate, it's kind of fucked up because these two countries, they don't know where they have it because you follow the money. So that's the issue for them. Imagine if they come together and just take your country and you gone. That's crazy. But let's get into it, man.
Bludgeoned to death with the royal scepter.
Bludgeoned to death? Oh shit.
The Cossack adventurer Yermak Timofeyevich led the Russian conquest of Siberia, defeating Tatars and subjugating indigenous tribes.
Whoa.
In the north, Arkhangelsk was founded, for the time being Russia's only seaport linking it to Western Europe.
But wasn't there war with Sweden or
It
something?
was icebound in winter. Ivan the Terrible was succeeded by his son, Fyodor I, who died childless.
Oh no.
It was the end of the Rurikid dynasty.
Yeah. True.
Ivan's advisor, Boris Godunov, became Tsar. But after his sudden death, his widow and teenage son were brutally murdered.
What?
And the throne seized by an impostor claiming to be Ivan the Terrible's son. He too was soon murdered.
Everybody's just being murdered.
Russia slid into anarchy,
the
so-called Time of Troubles. Rebels and foreign armies laid waste to the land, and the population was decimated by famine and plague.
Let me just pause here, man. The crazy part about when you have a big country and you have a big army is when it comes anarchy, when everybody goes for themselves. Because when the enemy on the other side and the other countries are actually laying siege to your country, it's not good to have a divided country. It's good to have a foreign country. But yeah, I think it's gonna go bad for Russia, but I don't know, man. Let's just keep going.
British troops occupied Moscow. Swedish troops seized Novgorod.
What is Sweden doing? Sweden, what are you doing, my brother?
The Russian state seemed on the verge of extinction.
Wow. To be continued. I actually want to react to part 2. I think I'm going to do that. I don't know if I have time, but yeah, there's a lot of videos that I got to get, but wow.
If you liked this video, why not visit Epic History TV's Patreon page to find out how you can help us to make more great history videos.
Nice. Definitely. Wow, that's amazing, man. Now I finally know something about culture in Russia, man. That's crazy. You have a crazy history, man. That's amazing. Wow. I really thought that Russian countries and Russian back then, they like hold together and they took over the world and they actually kept what they kept. But in history in class, when I was a teenager, we didn't really learn much about that. We only learned much about the good battles, like the big ass battles with Roman, Vikings, and all these things. English. The English is very popular in history, but we never really heard of the Russian Empire. So that's amazing, man. Russia is a country with a lot of pain and a lot of things, man. And you're still fighting, like in World War II. It's not that long ago, man. You're still fighting, and you actually helped the world. You actually did. Even though that the Red Army was actually terrible at raping women and killing people and all this, but they still help. They still push the Germans away. But yeah, that's crazy, man. I really do like this video, and thank you so much for requesting this. Again, this one is from this guy right here, man. I really do appreciate it. It's very nice, man. Dark Shield, you did it again, man. But anyway, guys, if you like this video, please subscribe to this channel. I really do want to make these videos, so it could be massively appreciated if you wanted to support. And please leave a like at this video if you like my reaction, if you like Russian Empire. So yeah, it's an amazing, truly good story, man. It's nice. I can't come over that the guy actually named Terrible. That's horrible, man. That's really horrible. He must have been a terrible king. But yeah. Anyway, man, I really hope you enjoyed this reaction. I got some videos that I gotta go through, so I'm gonna see you into the next one. Peace.